Adam Baum, Cincinnati Enquirer. Jack, where are you guys at in the process of preparing for Pittsburgh? Like, how much could you do last night, and what are you doing this morning and today to get ready for that game?
Yeah, I think after our game yesterday, we got to catch some of it live in person, so that was a good scouting for us. And then last night, we kind of went over the personnel, and we're just kind of working through some of their actions, some of the things they do defensively, and we still have a ways to go. We're going to have some more scouting to do tonight, walkthroughs and stuff like that, but definitely in the process for sure.
Paul Frischner with the Big East Digital Network. Colby, how good does it feel to get a win in the NCAA tournament kind of behind you, get a win behind you, and now look forward into the next game?
Yeah, it definitely feels good knowing that we didn't have our best game as a team, and we still found a way to advance. And I feel like with that game behind us, I feel like the real Xavier team is going to come out Sunday, and that's how we're going to play.
Back left.
Guys, if I may ask each of you, what do you know about your coach's college career at Pitt?
Jerome.
I don't really know much about it. I just been seeing stuff on Twitter, but I still don't know a lot about it.
Jack.
I've seen a few pictures here and there. Coach kind of told us, what Pitt means to him. He has a lot of friends there, and obviously, it's his alma mater, so the university kind of means a great deal to him. I know, like last week at the Big East tournament, he kind of used that as a motivation for us because he said he never really advanced, and so we kind of were able to, advance for him.
I knew he was a solid PG at Pitt, but I know that one pass he had when the guy broke the backboard, I know that was pretty cool. So watching that video, it reminded me of him.
Front left.
Jerry DePaul, Pittsburgh Tribune Review. I'll piggyback on that question. Are you guys aware that he was a basketball prodigy in 4th grade back in Pittsburgh? He was on the Tonight Show and showed off his ball handling skills.
Jack.
Yeah, I feel like, there was one day where I was just YouTubing it and saw some of his highlights. It's some pretty cool stuff that he could do when he was a kid.
Colby, what kind of a handle does Coach have?
I didn't know that he was on the Tonight Show. So that's pretty cool, especially in 4th grade. So yeah, I didn't know that.
Jerome?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It is pretty cool that he was on the Tonight Show.
You've stumped our panel. Next question.
Chris Carter, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. You guys have been a great three-point shooting team when you've been at your best. Pitt has also been a team that's been able to shoot from deep in some of their best games this season. How do you guys approach this person-to-person, two teams that have similar strengths when they've played those kind of games this season?
Go far right. Colby.
Yeah, we definitely have to lock in on our transition defense. We know that when they get out and run and shoot those open threes, that's when they're deadly. So we definitely have to work on that. And yeah, like you said, when they're winning games, they're making a lot of three-pointers. So we definitely have to eliminate that for sure.
Jack.
Yeah, huge emphasis for us this game is to limit their three-point shots. Across the board, seems like almost every guy on their team's a great three-point shooter, whether they shoot a lot or have a great percentage. So we're going to really have to lock in on that aspect if we want to win this game.
Jerome.
I'll just say, we shoot the ball good in our good games, but even if we're not shooting well, we always find a way to win. So, yeah.
To our left.
Noah Hiles, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Obviously, this is your group's first time playing in this tournament with Coach Miller. What have you seen his ability to prepare for games the way he does with his experience in coaching in this so many times?
Jerome.
You could just tell he's experienced. He's been through a lot of big games. He's been in this situation before, and so he always just tell us just listen to him and just follow him, and that's what we all been doing lately, and it's been working.
Jack.
Yeah, Coach, he has a lot of experience. As Rome said, we just got to listen to him. It's March, anything can happen. We're never really out of a game as it showed yesterday. Just got to stay the course, try to do what we do out there and just play our best basketball.
Colby?
Sort of piggybacking off of what they said, you can definitely tell the experience he has just of his demeanor throughout the games, and he's not trying to do something else to prepare for the tournament. We're doing our same old stuff every day. I feel like that's going to pay dividends for us.
Back of the room.
Hey guys, Corey Chris and DK Pittsburgh Sports. Jack, this is for you. You mentioned kind of scouting Pitt yesterday, watching their game against Iowa State. What was the biggest mental note that you took about watching that team, and what was your biggest takeaway from just seeing that game?
Yeah, they played really well defensively. They held Iowa State to 41 points. That's just really impressive in itself. And then, as you see, they have great three-point shooters across the board. That's just going to be a huge emphasis for us. We're just going to have to stay the course throughout the whole game, 40 minutes. If things don't go our way, we're just going to have to stick together and hopefully come out on top.
Second row.
Colby, there was a picture on Twitter from the game last night. I think it was when you were at the foul line, and it looked like TV cameras caught your mom in the stands. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What did you think of seeing that moment and how much she was invested in you at the free throw line in that spot?
I mean, she's been that way my whole life in games, especially in close games. She always texts me after those saying, like, we gave her a heart attack or something like that. But that's just the support that she has for me, and I love her for it. And, it was definitely cool for her to get a little TV time as well, so, yeah.
Back of the room.
Colby, why is it that your group shares the ball so well? What is it about that you guys are so unselfish?
I think we just have a great team chemistry. We have older guys on our team, and we all just know the game of basketball. And we know, like, we're just trying to get the best shot each time for Xavier, and I feel like that's why we share the ball so well.
I believe when Sean took over, there weren't a whole lot of guys who transferred from Xavier. Why is that? Usually when a new coach comes in, all of a sudden the roster turns over.
Yeah, I feel like he came in and told us the truth. He didn't try to sugarcoat anything, and I feel like our guys really liked that. We bought into his process and his ideas, and our guys, we just wanted to stick together one more year because we knew we had a special team, and that's what ended up happening.
Jerome.
Us winning the NIT tournament last year and coming off that, we all just felt like we could have did more last year, but this year was the year that we could do what we're doing now.
Jack.
Yeah, just from the, everything that happened last year, playing really well for most of the season, then kind of fading down the stretch, and then that run we went on, we kind of knew what we were capable of, and I feel like, everybody just really locked in, just wanted to make the most of this year. We didn't want to let what happened last year kind of affect us this year, and just really try to maximize our potential, and I feel like Coach gave us kind of the best opportunity to do that.
On the aisle.
Chris Carter, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. When you scout teams, you often get to look at multiple games they've had throughout the year. But for Pitt, they're two freshman twins. The Diaz-Graham twins are guys 7 feet tall. They're getting more playing time in the tournament. Does their recent boost in playing time, what have you guys seen from them and how they've played the last two games and how that factors in how you prepare for a team like that?
Jack.
Yeah, you kind of see throughout the year their growth. They're playing really well. They're playing their best basketball this time of year, so that's going to be a huge part of our game plan is trying to limit their impact on the game. That's going to be a huge emphasis for us is how well they play, and as I'm saying, they're just getting better. You can see it through every possession, every step, and so it's going to be a challenge.
Sorry, Jerome.
Yeah, just watching the film with the team and watching it, talking to the coach. They're getting better every game. They can really shoot. They play hard. We're just going to have to limit their impact on the game, just like what Jack said, and just do what we do every game.
Back of the room.
Corey Chris and DK Pittsburgh Sports. Guys, you played against a relatively strong Big East this year. There were 7 teams that finished with records of 500 or better, and I know you guys played Duke earlier in the season. Just how did playing that strong non-conference and then kind of battle-tested conference schedule prepare you guys for this NCAA tournament?
Colby.
Yeah, it definitely helps because you get to see different style of plays, different kind of players. So you're getting a variety of different teams that you could potentially see in the tournament. So I feel like it definitely helps just to go out and play great teams and great programs.
Jack?
Yeah, I feel like, when we went out to Portland, there's just some really skilled teams out there that are, have the potential to make a run during March. So, great learning experience for us, kind of to see where we're at, but also just we can kind of build on those experiences so that we can have the rewards down the line.
Jerome.
Yeah, I just think playing against some different teams, different styles, it just prepared us for the Big East, and just whatever they threw at us, I just felt like we were prepared, just because playing against the different teams, the different styles, just made us have to adjust to different defenses, different offenses, and different players.
Guys, Steve Reed from the Associated Press. Does having a close call, like in that first round of the tournament, does it almost kind of refocus you as like, hey, we can't afford any slip-ups, can't afford to fall behind. Does it kind of refocus you coming into the second game?
Jerome.
Yeah, that's been our mindset all season. We don't take any team lightly. We know I haven't never been here, and I knew every game was going to be hard. I know every game is going to be hard. Every team is good. That's why they're here. So just playing that game, I feel like it did wake us up and just realize that we're here. These teams are trying to win as bad as we are, and we got to play our best every night.
Jack.
Yeah, the fight that we showed for the last 10, 15 minutes of the game, we got to play that the whole 40 minutes if we want to keep advancing in this tournament. Anybody can win, as it showed yesterday and the day before, and so it's really just going to be a battle for all 40 minutes.
Colby.
Yeah, all credits to Kennesaw State. They're a great team. They give us a great punch. But like sort of what Jack said, I feel like those last 15 minutes really, we really woke up then, and that's what we talked about. That's how we need to play the rest of the tournament. So I feel like it definitely was a wake-up call for sure.
Front left.
Jerry DePaul of Pittsburgh, what caused that trigger? Because that game sort of turned yesterday very suddenly.
Colby.
Yeah, I feel like each person to a man, we just took it personal that we didn't want to go out that way. I feel like our energy just picked up, players and coaches included, and I feel like that's what was the difference in the game.
Jack.
Yeah, we just kind of every huddle or every timeout that we had, we just keep chipping away, stay the course. Things didn't really go our way for most of the game, but we knew if we kept fighting, kept staying together, that we could come out on top.
Jerome.
Yeah, every game, coach give us 10 wars. That's how many wars we get in the game, and whoever wins the most wars wins the game. So that's all we just focus on each timeout. Each time we're talking, we just talk about each war. And did we win this war? Did we win this war, or did we lose this war? And that's really all that matters.
Jack, when you look back at the games at DePaul and at Butler against teams that on paper it feels like Xavier probably should have beat, that you didn't end up winning those games, and now you get into the Big East tournament and you come back against DePaul and you come back against Kennesaw State. How much do you think back to those games earlier in the season and draw on that experience to dig yourself out of a hole and win a game like yesterday?
Yeah, like we just got to stay together. We know we have a good team. We just things don't go our way. We got to just keep fighting. We're never really out of it, as it showed, and we know if we keep doing what we're supposed to do out there, that things are eventually going to take a turn for us, and so we just got to stay together, fight. It's a 40-minute game. It's not a game about the first half or the second half. It's the whole game. So we just got to stay connected throughout it.
We have some members of the media on Zoom. If you have a question, please use your raise hand function. Any other questions here? Okay, no questions on Zoom. Okay, thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.